Hello again. Last week we met Jutland Kaiser, a entertainer, a vlogger, a member of the Solovetsky Island. He is back on the Ianla recovering from a critical injury when he gets a call from Tan Blatchman, everybody's favorite character. He needs his help. And now Jutland is on a mission. Let's see how this is going to work out.
And I'll just try and find my way to whoever looks important at the cryo section. if I'm even allowed in there, sure.
They are actually, restricted. Like normally you just don't walk in and out of there. So there is a peacekeeping guard at the door to the cryo module.
I just make awkward eye contact because I walked in and saw the closed door and go like, oh, right, yeah. Can't just walk in, he's looking at me. Or like nod.
He nods.
I'll just play the innocent. I'll pull the innocent card. Like, oh, I didn't realize this was a closed section. I was actually thinking I could just go and see if someone's in there that I know. But that's not a thing, right?
No, sir, that's not a thing.
How can I, is there a process for this? Can I check if he's in there at least?
I'm sorry, sir. Who's in there?
There's a guy that I used to know that was recently brought in, and I just wanted to see if he had been uncryoed already or something.
Normally they take guys out of there. There's no volunteers going back in there. You're not gonna get me back into cryo.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So that's not a thing I can just do. I get it. Sure, I didn't know. I'm learning.
If you have the right clearance, you can just walk on in. I don't care.
Yeah.
You have clearance?
How can I get clearance? How does someone have clearance? Do I need to promote?
Yeah, I guess you'll have some. You need some promotion. Yeah.
I'll just bluntly say I don't. But sorry for bothering you. I just wasted your time. Yeah.
That's
okay.
Fine. It's fine, dude.
All right. This must be a boring job, right? No one else besides me just walks up here and asks you weird questions, I guess.
No, it's fine. But I'm a fan. You're Jutland, right?
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. I'm one of your viewers. Yeah.
Sorry that you haven't seen any new content lately.
I was just wondering. I'm just happy to see you alive.
They took my recording stuff. I'm completely off the grid at the moment.
Oh man.
So yeah, I mean I had some stuff scheduled, but it's small pickings.
That's the deep state for you, man.
It's so cool to meet you, man. It really, you're one of the first in a while that I'll promise I'll get some new stuff. I had some wild things going on, but
yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
You got wounded?
Yeah, I got it's a crazy story. I would save it for a video, but for you I'll tell you already, and I'll actually go on and tell him pretty much the story of. You know what? I'll just straight up tell him that we met space aliens and that.
All right.
That and a really grisly story of my paralysis.
You can give me a manipulation roll with a +2 bonus.
Whew.
You're already really good at manipulation.
So in addition to I have his trust already. I think I'm not gonna abuse the system too much because I have an ability where I gain +2.
No, you can add those two. Yeah.
Okay, let me count carefully then. 1, 5, and then 2, and then 2. I need one more die. Thank you. All of that for one success.
Well, it's a success. It counts. And the guy goes like, oh man, that's one hell of a story.
Yeah, it was just freaking crazy.
Well, you want to go in there for a video? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't tell anyone,
Dude, of course not.
I'm gonna look away, and then you can go in.
Do you have like? No, I'm not gonna tell anyone, but you know, DM me after when the video is up. I'll have something for you.
Right. Cool.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do a challenge. Like, I'm just gonna. You'll see. I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're cool, Gun. You're cool, man. You're cool.
Same to you. What's your name again?
Josh.
Josh. All right, I remember you, but I won't remember your name when I won't.
Just don't mention my name in the video.
Yeah. Stumbling over his words. All right, and then I'll just slip in, I guess, into the probably very huge environment.
It is a very long corridor, and you have on both sides you have all these pods hanging in multiple rows, up and to the side, and there's 4 modules like this, so there's about 2,500 people.
I go like, I
sleeping.
should have freaking asked how to find someone.
Give me a observation roll.
All right. Okay. One
You
success.
Hear whispering in between, like in the second row of cryopods. You can hear some like really quiet talking, and if you like carefully step towards it, you can see that there is a few people there, and they have opened up one of the cryopods, but you notice that there's one guy like kind of on guard, looking away from the guy being woken up. There is a doctor sitting next to him, and there's also one older person looking over the whole thing, and you do recognize him because he is in some kind of military uniform, a khaki military uniform, with a star on his hat. That is General Nurlan Ozolinski, and he is definitely the UPP representative on board of the ship.
For starters, I'll try to lift up the crutch because I feel it's gonna make too much noise, and I'll just hold it like and try to sort of in between some pods maybe just sink in the shadows and try to listen in if I can hear them, what they're talking about or something.
Like you can hear like an older voice going like, "Is he gonna be okay?" And the doctor answers, yes, he's fine, his vitals are okay. He should drink plenty of fluids, get some exercise going, and he should be just fine. And you can see that the older man just takes out a red ribbon and ties it around the upper arm of the guy waking up, and he's like, you can see the guy in the cryopod like doing a short salute, and the general salutes back.
I'm gonna write some stuff down. I don't recognize the guy in the pod, right?
No, it's a guy.
So they're waking up people and then sort of sending them into the fray to have fist fights. Is that what I'm putting together? That's what Jutland is putting together. Like
That could be what Jutland is putting together.
they're like having cannon fodder, but it's not the guy I'm looking for.
No.
So,
Well, you guess.
yeah, I
Because-
think.
Yeah.
Is there a good hiding spot for me? Because I want to wait it out and see if they leave. Because I'm looking for that person who I'm at this point more worried about than whatever they've got going on.
Okay. Give me a mobility roll.
Whew.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I was gonna do it at
Sure.
least one time.
let's go.
Oh, nice.
One success.
No, 2.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you silently, with your crutch in hand, moved like 1 or 2 rows of pods back, and find a spot that is like in the shadows, out of sight. And you have to wait a little while, but let's say about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they do start packing up. They close the pod again, They mount it, because they're all mounted, and they silently move away, and they don't go through the main door, but they go through one of the side doors to one of the side spines.
Yeah, to a travelator. Okay.
You probably know that the general is the one opening the door because he has clearance to come here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that since you didn't have clearance, you can extrapolate that the general is the one opening all the doors,
Yeah.
getting the guy out of there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm making a mental note of that for sure, because the Jutland is focused on his main objective at this moment, because he's aware, that there's lots of tensions, but it feels like a tomorrow problem, and the possibly infected guy feels like a today problem. So I'm just going to see if there's like an alphabetical order to this or something, and because he's hopefully alone in here, see if he can walk around and find a new entry into the system or anything indicating this is a new pod, or that's what I'm gonna try and do.
You can see
there's 2 rows, right?
yeah, there's more. Yeah, there's two, at least 2 high, and
Yeah.
there's a couple deep, and you can there's computer terminals on both the entrance and the exit, so you can recall information there. All of the pods have numbers on them. You can see the sleeping faces of the people eerily behind the glass.
This would be such a good thumbnail if I had my stuff.
So if you want to check the computer, you'll need another Comtech roll.
All right, I feel like a good hacker at this moment. I have like finger gloves. All right, Comtech is just 3, so I have everything I need here. 2 panics, but 1 success. That is a 6 on the panic.
So that's fine.
All right, I'm in. Maybe.
So what are you looking for specifically?
Well, for starters, let's ask for the main thing first. See if I get that. Has Rick Fuqua recently been, entered
Added to
into
the
this system?
No, he has not.
Okay, so they put him in a cryopod, but they didn't bring him here. Is what I deduce. All right, can I see the latest exit from the pods, which I assume is going to be the guy I just saw woken up?
Yeah. So if you double check the number on that pod with the logs, you will see that there is an opening there. Although you do see that like a couple of minutes later, the log's gone. So you're checking and you go back and it's like gone. And when you check the list, the guy that the pod is, he's still listed as sleeping.
Okay. Do I get a name at least, or maybe that will be useful, or is it just a number?
No, there is a name. So the name you find on record is Yu Zhang.
So I see that already being wiped from the system, which means, or maybe it doesn't mean that, but it's both me and Jutland trying to make sense of it, that perhaps Rick Fuqua is here, but he's just not in the system. I don't know. Maybe I'm hyper-focusing on Rick Fuqua while the story is clearly trying to divert me to somewhere else. I don't know.
Or it's the other way around, and you're hyper-focusing on the secondary backstory.
I'm gonna be what's the word? A bit stubborn about this. In game, Jutland is thinking like, if they can remove that information from this computer, then that means that he might be here, and I just have to maybe find him, like physically, and I'll try and do that until I just clearly have the feeling that this is going to take. If I feel like this is going to take hours, or then I will stop. But if I can quickly find him, then I'll try. But if it's like half an hour or an hour of looking into windows and see if I recognize the guy,
that will take you a very long time. There's 4 modules, about 2,500 sleeping people.
God damn it.
And you actually don't know what he
No,
looks like.
I realized that like after, like who is the guy even? Like, could be this person. I don't know.
He's not even wearing his own clothes anymore.
All right.
Give me a wits roll.
Okay. I was about to leave anyway. Okay.
Okay.
One
So
success.
it's clear that somebody is trying to hide the whereabouts of Rick Fuqua, if he is indeed here.
Yeah.
There's also a second person that you're missing.
Dr. Collinson.
Okay, third person then. But doctor, you might actually just have witnessed. You didn't see the name tag, but it's not impossible that the doctor waking the person up was Dr. Collinson.
Yeah.
So the one person that's supposed to be responsible for the pickup of Rick Fuqua is also not here.
Director for 2.
Yeah. So maybe if you find him, you find Rick.
All right. So what I know is that he was on the board of that ship. He had him put into a cryopod. He's not in his office, right?
He's not in his, well, he wasn't in his office when you were there, so.
I could always go back and check. But he feels like a busy man.
If you want, you can always push it and try to get a second success for more information. If you're still not sure,
If you will let me, I will do that. Cause
keep your success.
I don't. It was this one, sure. Nope. But okay, so I don't. Okay, I need to find the person. Sure. There's what is it? What else is on the ship? We have the command. We have the transit, the cryo, and then the whole all the way.
I'll throw up the map again.
At the other end was something else.
Yes, this whole area is engineering, and way back here you have the store modules, grain, seeds, livestock, all that stuff that you don't immediately need on the ship has been stored over there. So when you start a new colony, you can just take a bunch of it and you can seed your crops, get some livestock going, all that stuff. And then it's stored all the way in the back since you don't really need it. And behind it is the drive, the engines and the main power core.
Yeah, and I'm assuming at the very end of the room that I'm in is going to be a closed door.
Yeah, so every module has airlock doors in between them. This hallway is. Did you see the movie Event Horizon? There's one really long hallway here.
Yeah. That's the one where they sort of go to hell at the end.
But this whole engineering area is like one huge hallway. At the end is an office, the engineering control, I believe it's called. Engineering control is located here, and then behind it is the store modules.
I could always check if this room has security cameras, but I don't know. I've already rolled for that.
You mean the cryo area?
Maybe he was here.
There are security cameras.
Sure. Can I quickly browse, sort of go through it and see if I see this director in this room at any
roll
point in
me
time?
another contact roll.
All right. Ooh, stress.
Is mounting.
Should I push that? We're getting into danger territory. I feel like Jelle wants to push it because he wants to know what's going on.
You always have your signature item to at least get rid of one stress if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like, Jutland, you won an actual award for being a freelance journalist.
Vlogger, but okay.
I just hold it and look at it like, you're not a journalist, but let's act like you're one. And, go the extra mile for the scoop, and I will push it with 4 stress.
No, you can take 1 stress out and then add
just
another
add
one,
stress.
so you stay at 3. Ooh.
Okay. This could. Okay, but that is a 10.
9. 10 is you freeze. That also means that that you don't really get into the computer. So you're frozen by the stress.
Maybe some bit of paralysis.
And your stress level goes up by 1.
Yes. So it is 4 after all, because the one I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
But you're like, can I do this? Can I really do this?
Yeah.
And like the notion of the first error message, you're like, no.
Yeah. They're gonna walk in here with guns, and it's gonna end badly for me. I think. What do? Should I go? The danger, of course, is if I go back to his office, then I've been there twice, and then maybe they'll think I'm suspicious. But I'm just following up on an order of my superiors, or a colleague at least. So, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to return just to see if he's there to the office of Vartugi. Maybe he's in here after all.
You return. Takes a little while to walk all the way back.
Take some breaks if I see somewhere to sit on.
And when you return to the offices, there's people around. Most of the offices are occupied. You can see somebody on Ines Seek's office. Gaze is still in his office, but Vartugi's is still empty.
Yeah, Jutland. He's become a nervous fellow, and at this point he feels like he still wants to rely on sort of like anchor points, people that he trusts. He doesn't want to do the whole thing himself, so he's going to return to Gaius and just be open about what he's doing. And it's just like, you have a sec? Again, sorry for just waltzing in here again.
No problem. Open door policy.
All right, so here's the deal. I've been checking up on this Rick Fuqua situation, and I've gathered that director Vartugi has picked him up personally and had him, had him frozen, but I have no idea where he took him, because the guy at the doors there said no one's been brought in.
Okay.
They don't do that, bringing people in. So is there any way for us to find out where he is? Because, again, as I told you, I think there's possible danger, and I don't know if he's aware of the danger, or maybe he is aware of the danger.
I will have a look, don't worry. And he sits down and types something in his computer. His PDT signal is not showing up anywhere on the ship, but the last ping was somewhere along the cryosleep module too.
I wasn't just there, so...
So that's weird. And did you say you were there?
I looked into... No, okay, I've been in there.
That is a secure area.
That's true. I snuck in.
Okay. But what? And was he there?
He wasn't. I did see some other people there.
The technicians, probably.
I saw this general dude, a very important guy. What was his name again? Oli.
Ozelinsky.
I know. Yeah. Jutland is pretending. Ozelinsky. That was it. He was there, like just waking someone up. But I don't think it was. I didn't see the director.
Strange.
But I'm just suddenly dropping in the other information.
Okay. That's unscheduled. And you're sure it was General Ozelinsky?
I describe him, including the hat and the face.
Oh, okay. I will have to look into that.
I don't want to be a tattletale or anything. I'm just trying to...
My main directive is to keep order around the ship and make sure the mission goes smoothly. So if somebody is waking up colonists without authorization, that could mean trouble. So I will look into this.
Yeah, he had him woken up and put a ribbon around him, and they saluted. It made me think of you might have heard, you probably heard of some of the fist fights going on.
Oh yes.
And with the ribbons, sort of tribal stuff.
People on the ship are preoccupied with the war back home instead of focusing on the mission at hand.
So it sort of felt like that's just me, Jutland, talking. But like he was waking up to I don't know, to immediately add someone to the tension or something. I don't know. I really can't tell. Again, I was hiding because I did sneak in there, and I'll accept whatever punishment for that. Did so on my own accord, but.
Well, you are looking into some.
But you are saying that his signal. Sorry for interrupting, Gaze. His signal was there last, and then no more sign. That's weird, right?
Yeah, but that was, if I go in the logs, that was this morning. So since this morning, there has been no ping on his PDT.
Could I, in a more official sense, and for you in this instance, go back and check in module 2, as you said? Or is that...
Look, there is something going on, and Ten Blatchman apparently is really serious about this because he's been trying to contact me.
Yeah, he does that.
And he hands you a key card. This will give you, within reason, access to follow up on your investigation.
That really is too kind, thank you.
If Mr. Blatchman is correct and there is a clear and present danger to this mission, we should be able to find it and identify it. So,
yeah, that's honestly really cool of you. I'll go this time. You know, try not to. I'll do it officially, but I'll actually start there because he's not in his office. I've checked twice. I'll go and check where he was last pinged, I guess.
did you check his quarters already?
I've been to his office, not his quarters. You think it's okay if I just... I'll go check. Where are they?
Well, there is a sort of living level with all the personal quarters of the staff and of the higher officials. It's, of course, a level above that of the standard crew.
Mm-hmm.
The hallways are just that little bit wider. The doors are just that little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like,
and
it's
there
like
is
the first class in the train where this just the material of the seats is better. Okay. What time is it, by the way? Is it like time for my evening soup, or can I?
Yeah, it is getting later in the afternoon. So if you want, you can maybe take a break in your room, get some soup.
No, I think actually he has too many ants in his pants at this point, and he's going to. No, actually, I think I'm going to go back to my room and get dressed in something else, not the hospital scrub, and say like I'm feeling good. I'm just gonna run some errands on the ship, if you don't mind, and get some pants on and a jacket.
If you take the time to do this, you can rest a little bit.
Yeah.
Which you definitely need. You can, as you said, get your soup and your white stale sandwiches.
Yes. Actually,
and your pudding.
Yeah. Can I remove a stress for that?
You can remove 2.
I need to take drugs to do that.
Right, right.
So, you know, I said at the beginning of this in-game day that I already had, but I think I feel like Jutland feels I have to focus. I don't want to fuck yet something else. I don't want to fuck something up again. I need it right now. Well, I'll stop later.
They know you in the med bay because you've been there for a while. So you can move about.
Maybe I don't have access to it, or I don't have the pills with me. Maybe.
No, you don't have the pills with you, but you know where they are. So you can pretty much walk into one of the empty, what do you call them, doctor's offices.
Yeah.
And just have a look.
I can stop at any time. But just for right now, I need to focus my.
Give me an observation roll.
All right. One, but a panic roll, which could end badly. 7.
Which is a nervous switch. So your stress level goes up, but you do find the cupboard with a whole bunch of pills, and you take the one.
Yeah, but I put the rest back.
Yeah. So you should be able to ease your nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
how much stress would you say I can?
you can eliminate 2.
All right, back to 3 this.
So you have an eat, and you have your soup and your
Yeah.
pudding. You rest up for 10 minutes. You dress into some comfortable
Pupils.
clothes. Yeah.
Just gonna walk like that because I know by this time I know the physiological effects of what I'm doing, but I need it right now. I want to do something right this time. So yeah, I'm just gonna, unless they stop me, just gonna go for a bit of a walk and head over to the executive quarters.
So Gaius also gave you his room number, so it's pretty easy to find. But of course, the door is locked.
I try it. The key card.
It does not work on personal quarters. So you can try to...
I just look around. Am I alone in this hallway?
You are alone, but you did pass some peacekeeper on the way into the level. You flashed them your fancy new card saying you're supposed to be here.
I'm an intern checking on the well-being of director of Arctic.
Yeah, you can either try to contact it open or break it open.
I'm in a contact type of mood. I've been doing well there, but it's the same role in truth.
Yeah. Check your stress level.
3. Yes, thank you. Okay, there goes the stress again. There is 1 success.
2, there were 2. Yeah.
And that is an 8
An
again.
8. While you're so nervous trying to open that door that your hands start to tremble. But it works. The door slides open. Your skill rolls using agility go down by 2 for about 10 minutes.
I have 1 mobility now.
And you are able to enter the personal quarters of Director Vartuhi.
Yeah.
They are so much larger than what you're used to.
Wow. This is nice. Could almost fall asleep here.
They're still cramped. It's just that they're easily 4 times the space of what the people below are living in. Yes, a personal shower and everything.
Yeah, I just try and relax a bit. I'm really leaning on the crutch at this point. Trembling, feeling tired, but just does anything immediately stand out about this? Does it look like someone hastily packed or something, or do I see a corpse? Or
No, he's not in there. It's actually all really neat, clean, like the bed is meticulously made. There's no apparent strange things in the apartment. So you can give me a observation roll to see if you can find anything out of place.
yes, I will. 1 and 2.
Okay, you find a key card with the Weyland logo on it.
Nice.
And while going, like the bed is like a bunk bed. It's worked into the wall, and there's a drawer underneath. And if you open up the drawer, you find a PDAT.
Aha.
It's like under some clothes, but you see there's something under there. You push it aside and you take it out.
Okay. I'm not going to check it in this room. I'm going to leave quickly and check it somewhere else. I don't want to be caught red-handed here. But I'll just put that away somewhere in the inside pocket and then leave the premises, and then somewhere else I'll try and open it up.
Okay, so you walk out, close the door behind you, leave it kind of how you found it, I suppose. The guard passes you in the hallway and gives you a little nod.
Finger guns.
And you can hear him, oh my god, it was Jutland.
Awesome.
So yeah, you can find a quiet corner, and it requires an access code, so you'll need to do a contact roll to get in it.
Alright, I checked the key card maybe first of all, but it's not on there. Then I I'll roll another Comtech. 3 dice. Let's go. I've been rolling quite well, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's stressing out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oof.
6 plus 3, 9. Wow.
That's a 9. Well, you drop the PDAT, so it
Oh,
falls
no.
to the floor.
Oh no, is it cracked or something?
It's not cracked.
Okay.
Your stress does increase by 1 because you dropped it. And it's like
Classic. Yeah.
But you can pick it up again.
Blow in
And
it.
you can see that, and try it again, and it opens.
Yes.
Yeah. And you find a message,
All right. Read it.
and it is addressed to Rick Fuqua 781247922, and the message goes: "See grid reference attached. $500 Weyland Yutani wired. The rest upon completion."
So message to Rick, and there is an attachment, you say?
A grid reference, yes. If
What-
you open
what
it
is
up,
that?
a grid reference
truly
is
don't
a
know.
point on a map.
Ah, okay. Aha. Is it the city that we buried on the
It
planet?
is. You recognize the coordinates.
This guy was paid to carry some baggage.
Well, it
That's
was,
what Jutland is thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. $500. Wow. It's slim pickings for wildcatters these days.
Yeah, but that's the rest upon completion, so it's
Yeah,
only
okay,
the first
true.
part of the
Fair
payment.
enough. All right. Okay. So we have his key card, and I think I'm going to surmise from the hint you dropped that to in the cryo room someone entered their key card for like an offshoot exit to I think the travelators. Ozolinsky had a key card to leave there, but yeah, I have 2 key cards now, so I'll
Yeah.
Okay, so that's bad news, but I'm not gonna keep running to gaze every time I learn something.
Where do you want to go next?
Right, I'm assuming that the combination of a Weyland key card and the PDA doesn't allow me to sort of track his whereabouts, right? Like his
No.
ping. No.
No.
Yeah. I know where he was last located. So
Yeah.
although I've been there already, I think I'm going to return there and seek out module 2, as you said.
Otherwise, give me a wits roll.
All right.
Okay.
Keeps being that the success and the okay. That is only a 6.
You know where he was last pinged, but that could also just mean that something happened to the PDT. And I'll give you this as a freebie.
Yeah, I was.
Store modules.
My eye had fallen on that as well. It's like sort of more of a, it's more of a hidden part of the ship, right?
No, it's just it's not a part where you usually need to go, except for when you need to unload some of the cargo to go to a colony. And one of the things they have in there is cattle. They need to be in cryo as well.
All right. So they have the equipment there.
So there is cryo facilities
Yeah, I had
in
my-
the store modules.
I had been looking at that as well. That was going to be my next stop for
So
Truly.
if he started out here
Yeah.
and his ping stopped somewhere over there, it is quite possible that he moved further back.
And probably is not hanging out in the engineering. And I think I'm going to try and get there via the smaller, if it does connect all the way.
It connects all the way to right before the store
Yeah,
modules.
so I'm going to try take the travelator also because I need to rest my legs a bit. Just lean on the crutch and just be zoomed along.
And because of that, I'm gonna be generous, and you can relieve 1 stress.
Yes.
Because you had some rest on the travelators.
Awesome, good choice. Okay, and then on the way there, I'm thinking like I literally only have a crutch. I have just my fists. I have. Well, you did say at the start that I would have my firearm, but is that something I gather it when getting dressed or not?
That's up to you, because it was on your person when they brought you to the mothership. So it is quite possible that they put it somewhere safe in a cupboard in your room, but if you say I took it, then you have it on.
I think, it's always a bit cheap to retrospectively, but I think, I've been traumatized to the point I would feel unsafe without it, so I'm gonna say that I brought it along. It's just like a pistol, or a pistol pretty much.
No.
A blaster at my side. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to, when needed, flash the key card. I'll just hold up both because I don't know which one I'll need, and just slam it against the.
Yeah. So every 50 meters there's a bulkhead, and then there's another rollator, and then so you move all the way towards the back, and you end up actually at the engineering control, which is way at the back end of the ship. This is actually where all the CCTV of the whole ship is being controlled and collected. You see there is a Latina woman working there, and behind the control area there's another big door, and that leads to the store.
CCTV, you say? The fact that I'm here means that I'm allowed to be here. So, actually no. Let's try the door first. I'm just going to, with an air of I'm allowed to be here, look natural, just in a quick, clean stride with my crutch, approach the next door to the store module.
Okay. You can use pretty much both of those passes and the door.
And if she makes eye contact, I'll just do a brisk nod and then continue on.
She nods and she sees that the door opens for you, so she doesn't pay you any mind. And you enter the store module. The first one, of course.
Oh, I have story points. Flashback to Peter going, story points! I should remember them. Maybe I should go back and ask.
She notices and she points it out to you that the camera has been moved.
Jutland is kicking himself because he is missing out on the greatest video of his entire career. he's backstage in crazy ships checking out vaults for all huge companies. This is the point where I'm thinking, like, would there be much reason for me to sneak up on this person, or would I just go, hello?